great first half, but the second half, what happened?
Yeah, I think we were just discussing in there that it's happening to us an awful lot, like we're conceding one goal and crumbling a bit, or just being disorganised. And yeah, as you said, I think we were well in the game in the first half, potentially the better side in terms of playing football, but at the end of the day, you've got to be resilient enough to go in and down, you know, and not kind of concede like that, and then concede again, and then concede again. All poor goals, you know, in my opinion, that were kind of easily dealt with. Kind of that free kick that went straight in. I don't really know. The first one was a bit of luck, or I don't know, but I don't know. Yeah, just got a bit rattled after the first goal.
How hurt are the players after today's result?
Like very, like yeah, it's really depressing in there. I suppose the only thing we can do now is take it on the chin, come back and go again on Thursday night, go again on Tuesday and go again on Thursday. This spell is bad, like, at the moment, you know. Yeah.
And Claremore, sorry, on Thursday night. It's a massive game. Get back on form, get points on the board. We're down in 5th place, and this is where we need to look at ourselves where we really are and how to get ourselves where we want to be.
Yeah, there's opportunities there to go, learn and develop. I just hope we take them moving forward, you know. We've identified that over the last few games, like last few losses anyway, we concede one, we concede a game, we don't stay in the game, you know. We said that before the game, just stay in the game at all times, you know. And it was a bit disappointing, like they went down to 10 and there's still 25 or so minutes left, was there? I don't know, is that right? About 25 minutes. So there's still a lot of time there, in my opinion. Yeah, it only takes 10 minutes to get back in the game, in my opinion. So yeah, disappointed, like, depressed. Everyone's depressed, disappointed, like, and I'm sure it's hard for everyone to come down here and watch this as well. We're not used to it. But the hope is that we can go away, I work on these things because they've been identified, you know, and go from there.
Let's hope all we can do is bounce back. Yeah. And thanks for talking.
Thanks, Kenneth.
After what was a very good first half, very energetic, the second half, where did it go wrong?
We give away a soft goal again, out of nowhere. After controlling the game for large chunks of that first half, after we put in a really impressive performance, a bit toothless at spells. We had chances to go up and we should have taken those chances. Then it results in giving away a very soft goal at the beginning of the second half, and our Achilles heel, that bit of a brittle edge that's in the group, and we conceded quite soon after that. And despite controlling large chunks of that game, we ran out with a 3-0 loss, and it's hugely frustrating at this point, you know. It doesn't reflect the work that group is doing. It doesn't reflect the quality that's in that group. But we're really being punished for everything we do wrong at the moment, you know. And
when you look at when you came in last year, you said this is where the lads are. This is where we want the lads to be. And then when you come to that point, then you say to yourself, this is where we hope where the lads are. But then you have to reevaluate, and then you have to say, this is where the lads are really at.
There's a bit of all of that. This group are taking responsibility, but we're continuing to make mistakes. Maybe it's a strong reflection of where the group is in reality. How young they are, they're learning on the job. We keep saying that. It's not a good excuse anymore. It's really not. We're on the run of a really difficult set of fixtures. Games that, in my opinion, and lots of them, we were the dominant team for large spells of the game, yet have taken hard defeats. And today's a really painful one. That's a performance that we should be looking at and going, it's really good, we should be celebrating that. We did an awful lot of really good stuff, and yet we're at the end of the 3-0 loss, and it looks like we took a bit of a thanking, and we didn't. But they've got to step up. They've got to come back and work harder. There's no hiding place for this group now. We made a decision as a group to go back and bring all these young players through. We're seeing a lot of it coming through in the Bs and the development squad, which is fantastic. We've funneled an awful lot of players into the A squad. There's an awful lot of quality there. And now, as a group, we have to persist. We have to persist with the work we're doing. We have to persist. It will come good. Our expectations they're naturally enough, they should be high for a club like this. And my strong belief is this group is going to come good. I have huge belief in them. But at the moment, the mistakes and stuff that we're making are costing us. They're unacceptable. All we can do is learn from them and keep coming back. We've got to put our trust in them. We've got to persist.
How hard for the players in the dressing room following the loss?
And they're devastated. They know they shouldn't be losing these games. They know it's down to soft mistakes again. But no, there's no point we continuously hammer them. We've got to support them. We've got to encourage them to keep doing the stuff that they're doing. It will come good. We will get a bit of luck along this little spell. Otherwise, it's all about change and finding this and finding that. But it isn't. They're good lads. They're really good lads. They've played really well for large spells of that game. We have issues. We've issues up top at the moment. It's obvious. We can't score goals, and we tend to give away soft goals when we're in the ascendancy, we're in control. And again, we've got to eradicate that from our game. But that's learning. That comes with time. And I think with a bit of support and a lot of encouragement, we will get there with this group, and we will come out the other side of this. I think the big difference between them and us today is their experience in their front three. When they got their opportunities, they took them, and they were ruthless. We don't have that element at the moment, and that's our Achilles heel.
I know our supporters are a very fickle bunch. They're very expectant of what they expect from the players. Do you think the supporters should reassess in their own minds where we actually are from where they want us to be?
The supporters of this club should have big expectations for their senior team. There's no question in the world about that. The reality is we are where we are. This group has brought us to 3 cup finals, which is a massive achievement at such a young group with lots of changes. We're neither as bad as people may feel or as good as people would like us to be, but we're on the right track. We're just on the end of a really painful run, and I think the supporters should continue to back this group. There's still 2 months of the season to go. Success for this group is bedding lots of these players back in, and you know what, I think there's brighter days ahead in the future, but at the moment it's incredibly painful for all of us. There's an awful lot of hard work going into this group, and we'll go back and we'll continue to work hard, and I believe in the group, and I think other people should continue to support.
And I suppose one valid point I should actually make, really, something that's never discussed as such, is that we have never been at maximum strength since you've came here, with the best players available for a match within your starting 11.
Yeah, that's very true, and again, missing players this week doesn't help, but the bottom line is, in order for these players, and there's lots of them, and there's not a whole lot of difference between lots of the players we're bringing through, you've got to give them game time. There's no other way to develop as a player. You must have game time. You must experience games like this in order to learn and get to where we need to get to. Some will not. Some of this group will fall away over the next period of time, but we have to give them the opportunities to play. And between this game and the last game, we've given lots of opportunities to the group, and there's lots of players now pushing through from the other B side, and there's not a massive difference between both groups. But there also isn't a massive difference to us making that step over the line and becoming the side that we can be. And we'll come back on Tuesday and we'll continue to push in that direction. Okay,
moving on to the other squads. I know they're in action. The B team was certainly unlucky against Ballina last weekend, and with the squad again down to the bare bones, bringing in 16-year-olds. Got a great win away to SNF last night.
6 under-16s played in that game last night.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, so it's phenomenal. 6 16-year-olds starting the game at that level, gaining experience, putting in a fantastic performance. Again, at a lot lesser level than this level. This is a big step up. The step up between the Premier to the Super League is huge. I know the B group have put in fantastic performances against some top sides. A lot of those boys have now transitioned into the A squad, and you know, it's great to give them that experience, but the reality is we've got to do this every week. It's not just you know, the odd game here and there. We've got to persist every single week. And at the moment, we're getting lots of players into the B squad. There were 17 players missing yesterday, and we still put in a superb performance, and they're on a great run, and they have a cup final to look forward to. And that's where the future's right. Those guys have got to push their way into the squad. The ones that are there have got to work harder to keep their place, and we as a group have to eradicate mistakes and start winning games.
The development team were unlucky down in Bangor, I believe, this morning, losing 3-2. That gives them a little bit of belief again, a little bit of encouragement in their own development.
Well, Martin and Sean should be very proud of the work they've done. I mean, the amount of players they've brought in there, it's a really difficult thing to do. When I went this morning to watch the first half of that game, and when you see the difference between Bangor and our young boys, it's enormous. But that's what those young boys need to learn. They need to understand what it's like to play against big physical men and a different style of football and trying to stay in it. And they were 3 down and they worked back to 3-2, and that's huge credit to Sean and Martin. And that work won't go unnoticed. That group of players, there will be players come through that the club will benefit with in time to go. Last night we were very fortunate to see the likes of Darrell Reynolds come through. It's fantastic. 2 boys played last night, and James and Nicky. They were back out again this morning playing and doing really, really well. Lots of other young lads this morning, like Jack Walsh and people like that. Sean Holmes, Rufus, they're all doing really, really well. They'll come back and train hard this week. So, you know, there's a really bright future, and that's on the back of an awful lot of great work that's been done with the coaches in this club. But we made the decision to bring these lads through. We brought them through. We're going through a bit of a sticky spell. We're making mistakes. It doesn't reflect everything that's happening in the games. Now is the time to batten down the hatches and work hard as one group. Not to turn on players, not to turn on a group, but to persist. Indeed,
and Claremor's test tonight. That'll be a game, hopefully, that the lads will get the mojo back and enjoy the winning feeling.
Yeah, another difficult game to look forward to. It's a Thursday night down there on a difficult enough pitch. For some reason we're back up to play a Super League game. There's teams with less games played than us, and they don't have to play next Thursday. But yeah, look, what we need now more than anything else to get back up and play again. We need to get back into a run and winning games. And you know what? We will start winning games again, and we will be difficult to beat. They are the best side in Connacht at the moment, and we've been on the receiving end of 2 harsh defeats to them. But you know what? We're not a million miles away.
Indeed, and we look forward to bigger and better in the future, and many thanks talking to you once again.